This week's title puts us in high adventure with some very colorful characters.
Boat? Where did it go?
I just hope this old tub makes it to the other side.
Steal from me, would you? The scoundrel responsible for this shall face my wrath!
Oh, looks like my return ticket has expired. I do hope the owner won't be too upset.
Face my wrath!
Pay the price! What the heck?
And this is our review of
Simon the Sorcerer!
I'd like to thank the publisher for providing me a review copy of the game.
It was developed by
Small Things Studios
and published by
inin Games.
The game is set to be released on October 27th to all major platforms: PC, Xbox, PlayStation, the Switch, and the Mac for the price of $24.99. There was a time in the late 80s into the early 90s that point-and-click adventures reigned supreme. Advances in home computer architecture allowed for some of the wildest adventures and puzzle solving to occur right in your home. Well, maybe not my home necessarily, but it's my understanding that some rich kids out there somewhere were able to experience the next generation in video game pleasures.
But you can imagine what it'd be like if they did, right?
Although I never personally played Simon the Sorcerer, the original game reminds me of many of the scum games that filled my childhood on the NES and later on the PC. Games like Maniac Mansion, Day of the Tentacle, Leisure Suit Larry, Full Throttle, and Curse of Monkey Island all spawned a cult following with several remasters and passion projects that scattered all throughout console history. The prequel here to Simon the Sorcerer is one of these passion projects, led by a team of Italian developers that not only wanted to revisit the 1993 title, but celebrate its full spirit, humor, and cartoon style of the era. The entire game here was created across 3 years using over 15,000 hand-drawn animations from Oscar-nominated artists that worked on the Netflix original, Claws, which was very tastefully done. This expertise really shines through within cutscenes and buttery smooth animations, which helps draw the player deep into the environments. The game fairly quickly dumps you into the alternate world, just filled with colorful characters and interesting environments that really made me want to seek out every little hotspot and click on it just to see what happens. Which is kind of what you do in these games, right? You click on everything. As fun as this may be initially, it also is my biggest complaint for this entry. But, we'll get to that in a little bit. Special efforts have been made here for the musical score as well. Mason Fisher brings the world to life with his veteran musical talents, capturing some of the emotional range and whimsical tone of Simon's magical world. The humorous style is straight 90s, with shoutouts and tributes to the games of the era. Simon the Sorcerer Origins really felt more like an 80s experience than your normal point-and-clicker. Just try not to get rickrolled. You've been warned. Fully voice acted in both English and German languages and localized for English, French, German, Italian, Spanish, Japanese, Korean, Portuguese, Russian, Polish, and simplified Chinese. They really put forth the effort here to ensure this title could be enjoyed by a global community natively. Which, I only really bring this up due to my strong distaste for lazy developers that choose to use nonverbal grunts over voice actors or localized language translations. The game does a wonderful job to fill in the gap in the genre on modern consoles in a very tasteful manner. The storyline does tend to drag a little as I backtracked from one end of the map to the other. And the fast travel here system really helps speed things up a little, but many times I really felt confused on what objects to use to move the story along. And it kind of seemed like I was just missing some sort of glaring tip or clue, which Many times I found, after brute forcing every single item in my inventory to try and make my way through. To me, it just really felt like the clues just didn't exist, or the only way anybody would ever figure out how to unlock the mechanism would be experiment. So, I don't know. Maybe that's part of the fun here. Sounds like a game for a madman. Let me see if I can fit these things together. But, overall, for the most part, the puzzles were very intuitive, and I believe most interested gamers will find their way through the storyline with only a few peeks at a walkthrough guide, maybe more. Most of the achievements and trophies unlock during normal gameplay, or within activities that are pretty obvious. The overall experience is really enjoyable, and other than the several occasions where I felt completely hopelessly lost to find a clue on what to do next, the game was really nothing less than pure entertainment. Of course, I always wish there were some more Easter eggs hidden around the map, and I felt like the storyline transitioning Simon from his bedroom door to the alternate world was pretty vague. It's pretty obvious that Simon really got the royal treatment here, and I can't wait to play through the much-rumored Pony DLC. With that being said, we'll keep this gem close to the farm with 4.5 feeds out of 5.
I think. What
Yeah, well, that
exactly
wraps up that
are
review
you?
right there.
I is the one
Here's
and
some
only
notes I took.
Swamp
Where I put the keys to the truck.
I mean,
So, we make these new review videos every week, so if you're an indie developer or there's something you want to see,
I'm going to be ramping up and slamming multiple titles a week through the end of the year.
let us know your thoughts and recommendations in the comments down below. Be sure to visit again next week.
As we continue to take humorous stabs at some of the industry's new and upcoming
Order of the
titles.
snake scale.
Stay safe out there. We'll see you next time on the farm.